Hi everybody, Matt and I'm back here. Hope you're doing well. So, the new Ben Affleck directed film finally came out. It's been over 5 years and 4 months since the last Ben Affleck directed movie that was Live by Night. I've been waiting for 5+ years for another movie. I think Ben Affleck is a great director. God May Be Gone, The Town, Argo, and even Live by Night, even though Live by Night is his weakest movie, it's still pretty good. But The Town, probably my favorite of his directing wise and acting wise. God May Be Gone was a great, breakout directorial debut. Argo won Best Picture. I mean, come on. And, so going in, if I knew this movie was coming out this year, this would have been one of my most anticipated movies of the year. And there's the three things in this movie, three things that say, yeah, Matt Brown is definitely going to see this movie. Number one, Matt Damon. He's one of my favorite actors. He's in my top 5 favorite actors. I have most of his movies. Ever since I saw Good Will Hunting, I've been a fan of his. So Matt Damon starring in this movie with Ben Affleck, right there. Number 2, I already said it, Ben Affleck, director. I'm a huge fan of his directorial work, so having another film directed by Ben Affleck was a huge plus. And number 3, which most people who don't know me, but the family members that do know me, this is a no-brainer. Ben Affleck directed a movie dealing with Michael Jordan. That's all. Michael Jordan. A movie, even though it's not necessarily about Michael Jordan himself, it still deals with Michael Jordan and the shoe that became the Air Jordan. Still Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. 2 words. And that's it. People who know me back in the day before I was in film, before I cared about movies, before I made movies, there was only one person. Michael Jordan. I had every Chicago Bulls thing you can think of. I had autographed basketball of Michael Jordan. I still have that. I was a Michael Jordan nut. I was a Chicago Bulls nut. To the point, and no joke, that the year I dressed up as Michael Jordan for Halloween, I literally told my parents, I need to paint my face black. You can see how that would have went down now in 2023. No. I actually did not paint my face black. Don't worry. We're not going to do the whole blackface thing. Oh boy. My parents were looking at me like, no. No. You can go out with your Chicago Bulls jersey, your jacket, your hat, your Air Jordans, your Chicago Bulls shorts, but you're not painting your face black. We're not going there. That's crossing the line. We're not going there. So I was a huge fanatic of Michael Chicago Bulls, and then I stopped playing. I said I only watched basketball because of Michael Jordan. Once Michael Jordan retired, that was it. No more. So, basically, like I said, the 3 quadrants are the reason why this movie is like a no-brainer to go see. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Michael Jordan. So let's get into it. Positives. Matt Damon plays the main character of this movie. He's the one that has to go out and find athletes to bring in and, start, kind of managing or sponsoring, basically sponsoring. And, he's like, I want Michael Jordan. And everyone's like, no, you're not going to get Michael Jordan. Nobody wants Michael. No. He's already going to Adidas. Go. But Matt Damon always brings this charm, this likable. He still can come off as an average guy, a normal guy, even though he is a big movie star. And he just brings that in every role. And here it's no different. He feels like that everyman, that every, he almost feels like one of us. Like me, Matt Brown, Matt Damon, we're similar. And he just brings that charm. And then his scenes with Viola Davis, you kind of see a little bit in the trailer. It's a great back and forth dialogue between them. He also shows a little humor in that moment. He brings a lot of range to the role. His scenes with Jason Bateman are great. His scenes with his best friend Ben Affleck work also. And you see that chemistry, that friendship that not only the character that Ben Affleck is playing, they have history, like the characters themselves, but having the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon right there, you really buy into that relationship on screen because of their off-screen relationship. Jason Bateman, he is one of the more NPCs of this movie. He's a supporting character, but he has moments. He has those moments that, wow. Like, there's a scene with him and Matt Damon in, the third act. Right before they're going to bring in Michael Jordan's family to kind of sell them on this, sneaker. And the dialogue between Jason Bateman and Matt Damon, the Jason Bateman's, speech about his daughter and all that was really moving and touching. And Jason Bateman just brings that. You also got Chris Messina. He's like Michael Jordan's agent in the movie. And let me tell you, he's in the movie very little. And then there is one scene where he's on the phone with Matt Damon and he's just going off. He is going off. And it reminded me of Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street when he would be on the phone or giving one of his speeches and just going off, completely off, which is, which was always hilarious. That's Chris Messina as the agent in this movie. He has one scene that I was dying laughing. Because it reminded me of Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. I wouldn't be surprised if that was his inspiration for the scene. So he pulls off, even for a small role. Chris Tucker, I don't know, ever since post Rush Hour, Chris Tucker, he's playing smaller roles and doing a great job. He's really become a really good character actor. Even in Silver Linings Playbook in a small role, did a really good job. Here, he has a very small role. He does a great job. So the cast altogether, even Ben Affleck, does a fine job. Ben Affleck takes more of a smaller role. He's the director of this one. His last 3 movies he was a star of. And then in the first movie, God Made Me Gone, he didn't star in. That was Casey Affleck. But once again, Ben Affleck knows how to direct actors. And he does an excellent job with it. Production design and wardrobe. This movie is set in 1984. And another thing that Ben Affleck excels in is nailing the time period. You go back to Argo. Nail the production design, the set design, the wardrobe, the cars. Even the actor that he cast in that movie, Argo, looked exactly like the real people. Even Live by Night, I think that was in the 20s or 30s. The production design, the set, all of that. It looked like you were really in that time period filming. Here's noted in 1984. You feel the 80s 100%. The cars, the wardrobe, the office that they're in. The music is 100% 80s. I think they got every hit of the 80s, especially in 84, 83, 84, and put it in this movie. Because the soundtrack for this movie is a 1984 glass of Coke. It's just boom, 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 boom. There's moments in this movie that make it feel more like a Martin Scorsese film because of a Chris Messina. Then you got this soundtrack. That's something that Martin Scorsese does a lot with his music in his movies. The soundtrack is like its own character. And Ben Affleck as a director. This is another excellent film directed by him. The pacing for almost a 2-hour movie flies by. And like I said, most of the movie is just people talking. That's it. In fact, for a movie that's dealing with basketball, you don't see any basketball in this movie. The directing and getting his actors like Matt Damon, Chris Messina, Jason Bateman, Viola Davis, great acting, and that's the other director, Ben Affleck. Production design, like I said, getting that time period perfect. That's all the director. Humor, this movie is hilarious. Not only does it have the heartwarming moments, serious moments, but it's also very funny throughout the movie. The dialogue is great, it's sharp. The screenwriter did an excellent job of mixing humor with inspiration and character moments. Very good here. So overall, I would give this movie a 5 out of 5. I don't have any negative. I mean, it is such a great movie. Whether you want to see it as a sports movie, whether you want to see it as just an inspirational film, so not only the Matt Damon character, see, this is like one of those scenarios, he didn't get this, he's gone, he's done. He would never be able to work in this industry again. But also the Michael Jordan. Because one thing they do when Matt Damon gives this speech, they flash archive footage of the real Michael Jordan and of his, after that moment, what happens to him. And we all know what happens to Michael Jordan. He's the best player in the NBA. And we see those little, montage footage of him going to the Bulls championship, playing baseball, the time that his father died, him playing golf. I mean, his final championship with the Bulls. And me, I'm grinning from ear to ear. I mean, I'm like, yeah, that's my childhood right there. Watching Michael Jordan. I remember that. I remember that moment. And to the point that I watched this movie, and I kid you not, if Ben Affleck came out tomorrow and said, I'm going to direct a Michael Jordan biofilm, I'd be like, yes. Yes. I would love to see that for one. Why haven't you made a Michael Jordan biofilm? I don't know why. But it's like that, inspirational for Michael Jordan, inspirational for the Matt Damon character, and for the company itself. It's like David and Goliath. Nike was down here. Adidas was on top of the world. And like that, it's an inspirational movie. It's a David and Goliath film. It's a great character film for the characters. Overall, this is a great movie. If you're a fan of Ben Affleck as a director, go see this. If you're a fan of Matt Damon as an actor, go see this. I mean, if you like basketball, Michael Jordan, go see it. Highly recommend. Well, let me know in the comments below. Did you see Air? And if so, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you a fan of Ben Affleck as a director? Let me know in the comments below. Matt here.